G'day Spice Legends, welcome to Burnin Bites Down Under, the hottest show down under. We're joined here today by KYLIE Harris. For those who don't know KYLIE Harris, she's actually quite an amazing individual. we met, when was it, 2017 was it?
I don't know, I think so. Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins conference, UPW, Unleash the Power Within, we met. And
the Firewalk.
The Firewalk, was it Cool Moss,
don't look down, keep going.
But look, for those that don't know KYLIE, I'll let KYLIE just introduce yourself and tell everyone a bit more about yourself, about what you do and why you're here today.
Okay, well, I'm here to taste some chili today. However, some of the things that I do in my other time is I've created a theatre company for artists with significant disabilities, and that's called Midnight Feast. So that's creating opportunities for artists living with significant disabilities that haven't existed before. So creating training opportunities and also performance opportunities.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
And so the previous one you were doing before was called Chrysalis, wasn't it? Is that right?
So Chrysalis was our first piece as an independent theatre company. So we've been an independent theatre company for 3.5 years, which is like a huge effort for any theatre company in our country. So Chrysalis was our debut performance at the Opera House, and then Fireside was our second. And we are now working on a collaboration with Dr. Stephen Saul, who's the head of writing performance at NIDA. He's adapted Maurice Maeterlinck's classic, The Bluebird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's something you said is handling a lot of topics to do with like depression and all those kind of emotional grasps of that people have to try and deal with in their lives and stuff like that. Is that right?
Yeah, so the work that Midnight Feast looks at are the stories of marginalised communities, basically. So, and we try to bring voices to the stories that haven't been told before, and tell real stories to normalise our human experience, because
more relatable.
Yeah, and even though somebody might not be diagnosed with a condition, they're still living with challenges. You know, there's hidden disabilities,
which you might not see on the skin. It's not, it's further than skin deep kind of stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So,
All right, cool. There you go, you guys. So look, we are here today at 313 Social here in Mooloolaba. Sunny Mooloolaba. KYLIE's from Sydney. Was it Morisset?
No, I am from Balmoral Beach.
Wow, so it's a bit cooler down there.
The most beautiful part of Sydney.
So forgive her and myself if we're both sweating. It's pretty bloody hot out here. But we're swinging here on the fantastic seats here at 313 Social. That's
they're awesome.
Giggly than usual. But obviously I get it.
And I'm nervous.
But yeah, that's right. The reason why she's nervous is we're about to attempt the fire trial. You guys obviously know it. From 1 to 12, starting at BL Naturals chili chocolate honey. But gotta ask you, KYLIE, what's your chili tolerance like? What's the hottest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh God, look, I give everything a go.
Yeah?
I give everything a go, but the toilet's not too far, I've been told, so I'll be alright.
Toilet's not too far, just in case. But we've got a couple of lifelines for you. We've got some almond milk here. Got the water.
Yep.
We've got your favourite little gin and tonic there as well, mate.
Yes, a Shiraz gin.
Shiraz gin. And
I've really
got a cheeky little bourbon myself as well.
Yep.
So cheers, that one. That's all right. So, I guess without further ado, let's give this a red hot crack, eh? So, the first question I'm going to ask you, Marty, is, look, what drew you into like the creative arts? Like what drew you into that kind of domain? And then at the same time, what is your favourite musical or performance of all time? So we'll eat first, and then you give me your answer. Okay? You ready? Ready?
Cheers. This is chocolate.
Yeah. This is chili chocolate from BL Natural Ice Cream.
That's beautiful.
BL Natural.
That's beautiful. So what drew me? Okay, I can feel the chili. There is chili definitely in there.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think about that flavour though?
The flavour's beautiful. The meat's also delicious.
Our meat is provided by Flying Line Gourmet Chilies. Thank you very much, Adrian Zakara.
And it's beautiful. The flavour is divine. That's a really beautiful. What's that one called again?
That's this one is chili and chocolate cream honey. from Be All Natural.
It's really nice.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, and that's the most mild. It's definitely got a tingle, but it's really delicious. That would be really nice with ice cream too.
We've actually made that with ice cream.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Speaking of, we're just going to get our Dave to go and grab the ice cream. We've got a special ice cream made for you today. It is from our sponsor Gelato Mio, and they've made an almond milk based ice cream of salted caramel with macadamia nuts.
Oh yes.
That's your other lifeline for today.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Awesome.
beautiful. So what got me into the performing arts? I think for as long as I can remember, I'm in the middle of 9 children. So
wow,
I've always had.
So did you have to be louder than normal as well?
No, I was born loud. It wasn't on purpose.
Born screaming?
Yeah. I was just born. Oh, yum!
So
how gorgeous!
This is the ice cream I'm telling you about.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that's so nice for lactose-free people.
Oh, it smells fantastic too, actually. Give it a try now before you taste it and get burnt out. No, I'm just kidding. Tell us what you think of that as well. Shout out to Shane for this one, matey, from Gelato Mio and Coolum. Fantastic.
Thank you, Shane.
Oh, that is amazing, actually. I'm not lactose free or anything like that.
That's divine.
I'm not a fan of. I don't go chasing almond milk, but this is amazing.
That's divine and that's satisfying, because that's the hardest thing about having to be lactose free and honouring that is missing out on all the delicious things. But this is really
good work,
beautiful.
Shane.
Really beautiful. Thank you so much. So middle of 9 children, and I just always remember playing, making shows, and so making the show, casting the show, setting the theatre up, making the tickets for the door, making the program.
With your brothers and sisters?
With my brothers and sisters. And then they'd all come, and then I'd be on the door taking the tickets, and then I'd be the MC, and then I'd also be in the show. So it was always how I played.
So you've just self-trained yourself into this, and you didn't even realise it.
I loved it.
That's phenomenal.
I remember being at drama school, and there was a moment that I was coming home, and it was a challenging day, and I remember thinking, sometimes people can be precious, and I understand, because art is precious and the craft is skillful, and it's beautiful, but sometimes I think people think that they're better than others because they excel at something. And I realised, I was driving home thinking, oh my gosh, we're just playing like we did when we were kids. So it's something that I've always loved, and I think I love storytelling. Being told stories is my favourite thing, but I also love the performance of story. So I love all aspects of that. My favourite piece would be, I'm going to say Les Miserables.
Do you have a favourite representation of it, or a favourite version of it?
I liked the most recent with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, no, I did like that.
And I really love Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
And I really love Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I really love him.
They did really do.
They did an extraordinary job of that.
Definitely. All right.
That's beautiful.
So, you're already on the first one. Do you want to save a bit of the ice cream? I know it's fantastic, it's good flavour, but we'll move up to the next question. I want to ask you, where did you learn the arts at? Where did you obviously learn as a child? A lot of things are self-taught. But did you go obviously where did you go academically to train with a particular art?
As an actor.
So go cheers on this one.
Oh god, that's why I've got to eat the chili too. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. And then the answer to the question. So this next one is from a chili chick. It's sweet chili, roast habanero, and roast cajun. Sweet potato. Thank you very much for this one.
It's beautiful. It's spicy. It is spicy. I trained at the Actors Centre in Surrey Hills, and the reason I trained there was I wasn't encouraged to pursue the performing arts. It was just a game. It was something that, so I really didn't know what I was doing. So I travelled the world, but when I had my beautiful little girl, and I realised that I needed to follow my heart, and if I wanted her to do that, I had to do that. And the drama school that I went to was the only drama school of its calibre that was part-time. And so I was really fortunate that I auditioned and I got in. So it was the Actors Centre in Surrey Hills. Yeah, and it was heaven. It was the first time in my life where I felt like I fit in. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm normal. yeah. It was an extraordinary experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously another question means another source. She's like, oh, get a bit worried now. I wanted to ask you, obviously being in such a highly demanding kind of environment, you need obviously something to keep you going, both mentally and physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what is your inspirations and motivations? Like, what are the things that you keep you going and keep you looking up and forward instead of, stumbling over and giving up?
Yeah.
So, cheers that one. Thank you. This next one is Raspberry 100 from Frying Like Gourmet Chili. Thank you very much, Adrian, for this one.
Nice and sweet. It still has a kick. Remain positive. So having a large family means that the odds are that you will experience more. Having more people in your life means that you will be exposed to more.
Just full stop. Or
exactly right.
Yeah, okay.
And I had we had a little brother who passed when he was 5. So Andrew was born with 3 holes in his heart.
Jeez,
and things was working backwards. And it was about 20, 25 years ago. So Andrew is definitely one of the reasons why I became exposed to the preciousness of life. And I think when you lose somebody, I was 12 when Andrew passed, I think that leaves you with an understanding that life is not forever. And the gift from such a loss is that you realize how precious life and people are. So that was a gift. And then also my sister Jane, we lost her to melanoma when she was 44.
Oh wow.
So that again,
constant reminder is what you're saying.
And Midnight Feast was I needed something to get out of bed for. That was really, really challenging because Jane had melanoma for quite some time. She was diagnosed at 30 and she passed at 44, which is a really long time to live with melanoma. So it sort of went from, like you were just saying there, it sort of went from your brother inspiring you to keep moving forward to then your sister, this happened with your sister, but then your Midnight Feast was giving you the reason to keep going up. So it sort of counterbalanced each other in one way. So does that make sense? Is that what you were saying there? Yeah, I remember just getting out of bed and just pulling up my sheets and going to work. And I was so blessed because I was working, when I started working in the field of disability. So it wasn't, Midnight Feast grew out of a need. There was no significant training, and it's still a work in progress, but things are definitely changing. But there was nothing for artists with significant disabilities. And the artists that I first met were people that were sitting in a wheelchair, that they couldn't talk and they couldn't move. And I was like, oh my God. And I was the drama teacher. And so Midnight Feast was born out of me trying to work out how the heck do I make theatre that someone wants to see isn't just tokenism. You're not just sitting there watching because you feel sorry for them, because that's awful. But how do I find the story that this artist, because they were coming to the drama class, and I realised, well, I don't know what I can do. I know how to make shows, so I'll
find a way from them to convey.
Exactly right. I know how to make shows, and we need to do something like that's meaningful, or else we're all going to be
in trouble.
We're all going to be really bored, and that'll just do my head in. So so I started to get to know these extraordinary human beings that were living in a way that was very unusual, that I hadn't encountered, and we don't normally encounter these people living like this in mainstream society, because society hasn't been set up inclusively.
No, it hasn't.
No, and so that's kind of how Midnight Feast came into being.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. I think you've talked a lot more to try and give yourself more time. All right. Well, I
can talk a lot about this subject.
I think that's kind of
nervous or not nervous.
Well, I think you sort of covered my next question, where I sort of asked you, like, sort of why special needs performers. So I might ask you something else, a bit off the cuff then.
Because I think they're more interesting.
That's true. Right. So the next question I might ask you then is,
They have greater life experiences to draw from. They have an interesting perspective.
Yeah. I noticed you're trying to answer before you hit it too. No, the question I'm going to ask you, obviously being a single mum.
Yes. Single mother with a daughter.
With a daughter, right? What are you most proud of your daughter for? Cheers.
And she's sitting.
She's sitting
to my right on a swing.
2 meters away.
I am most proud of Brianna's way of being within herself. It's beyond me. She's a very whole, healthy individual.
I think you're going to make her cry.
It's definitely what I'm most proud of, because that's something that I've taken personally a long time to grow into myself and have the confidence to be myself. Brianna, despite how fearful or how challenging it may be, is true to herself, and that has inspired me. And I've learned a lot from her way of being.
Yeah.
That's my honest answer.
There you go. Awesome. What do you think of that?
And she's really beautiful, and I can watch her dance or sing or act or just anything.
That way? Is that worth it?
You know.
Well, there you go. What do you think of that flavour? How's the flavour going for you so far?
That one matches the meat really well.
Yeah?
It's sort of, that one closely goes with the meat.
So that's just flavour number 4. That one, what was the one we just tried from Byron Bay Chili Co. That's heavily habanero. Thank you very much for that one, guys, as well.
I love all your products, actually.
There you go. That's a good rep.
Yeah.
Check them out to Kylie.
They're delicious.
So
I should taste my ice cream again.
should I? No, you should. It's good stuff.
It's really good ice cream.
Thank you very much, Jelena Mia, for this one.
It's beautiful.
Look, the next question I want to ask you, we're talking about your job a bit, and a few things about it, but look, I wanted to ask you, obviously it's not easy trying to, what I find is trying to direct people, not just as a director, right, but trying to get people to do what you want is such a hard task, I feel sometimes. So I think
it's really hard. Yeah. Sometimes people don't like you. It's awful. Especially for somebody who's been a chronic people pleaser. It's awful.
So I guess the question I'm going to ask, look, what does it take to do your job? All right, we're going to try this next one. I'm going to cheers that.
To do my job as an artistic director?
Just full stop, I think.
Okay.
Alright, so just read this one, and then you tell me the answer. This is from Mark Saint from the Chili Fact.
You got to tell me to eat it.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Sting like a bee? That's a great phrase.
You think it stings like a bee?
I'm so glad that it doesn't. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt like a sting, but that's warming. My mouth is warming. Yeah. That's what a bee sting does, isn't it? It's just slowly flares up.
It sticks around for a while too. Lingers.
It does linger. And that's probably a great segue into what it takes to do my job, is to stick around.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sting yourself with the bee.
No, just sticking around. I think that
get numb.
Yeah, get numb, true, because you I think that's been...
Just lots of drugs, no.
Yeah. No, I can't handle any drugs. So, I think to be... Yeah, that's definitely...
Starting to warm up. Yeah, kicking up. Yeah. Some of them you'll find are slow burners. It's a nice experience. They say about reapers, they're creepers. So you eat it, you're like, oh, that's okay, and then it just comes from nowhere. And
oh no! Is that a warning?
Oh no, it's just a general kind of consensus. Alright, so yeah, you're saying it's a fair bit of like a bee sting. You got to say it's a lot of work. Just stick with it, yeah. And so like obviously, a lot of people are used to the 9 to 5, but with obviously a musical, it's not 9 to 5, isn't it? You get people calling you all the time. You've got to damage control. You got to do solutions to everything. Is that right? Like it's just
Everything.
Everything.
It's so much more than I could have ever dreamed. However, the gift is that it uses every part of my soul and my being. So I'm really fortunate that I have found the stories and the style of stories that I love to create. So I love, it's called applied theatre. That's the genre, which I didn't know.
So, okay, like, so for some of us, not all of us are theatre heads.
Yeah, no, of course.
So
of course.
Explain for some of us, what is applied theatre? I don't understand.
So applied theatre is basically when you look at social issues, social justice issues, and you apply theatre as a solution. So if you look at homelessness, you look at, refugees, you look at sexual assault, you look at, people that are living in poverty. So you look at issues and you apply theatre so that you can illuminate situations. So I love theatre that changes people, but I love people to laugh and cry and to come out.
It's a journey.
Exactly right. Yeah. But I also like to be given solutions. So there was a time when
all this happened, but this is how you can fix it.
Exactly right. Yeah. So I think the biggest moment for me was that beautiful little boy, that Syrian little boy that was washed up on the shore. And he was a little 2-year-old boy, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know. I rang a friend, and we were making a show. It was actually a show before Chrysalis, when we were Can You See Me, before we became a theatre company. Yeah. Because a theatre company and just making shows, there's a whole lot of, there's a business structure that's different. Yeah. So I think some of the issues that I see happening on our planet today are so overwhelming, and I want to focus more on how to be a part of the solution. Yeah. Okay. Or else I would just feel depressed and devastated. And I think as a child, I was really overwhelmed by the sadness on the planet, and it made me frozen sometimes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's half what we do here. We're entertainment for other people.
Exactly right.
All right, so you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right, this next one's from Sabarak. This is called Grim Reaper. It's fermented hot sauce. So this is the Reaper I was just talking about. Now, before we have this one, I want to ask you, being in the domain you're in, what would be the advice you'd give to your younger self and aspiring directors and writers and creators?
Oh!
So we'll eat first.
Oh!
Or you're gonna drink first.
Because it is an experience. Okay, right. I think that's the right one.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is a pumpkin kind of fermented pumpkin kind of flavour. So a very different, unique kind of flavour as well.
It's a bit chunky.
Thank you, Jeff Barker from Subrac, this one.
Beautiful. Pumpkin. It's lovely. It's a scary name.
Grim Reaper.
Okay, it's hitting the back of my tongue.
Yeah.
It's hitting back here.
That's that Reaper kind of flavour. This is like a light Reaper.
Cool. Woo! Cool. Yeah, okay, that's hitting, okay. I was really fortunate to meet Pete Popplesway, an extraordinary Irish actor who passed away. But see his work in the Name of His Father. In the Name of the Father is one of his most amazing pieces. But I was really lucky to see him in Sydney when he came about 15 years ago, and he performed Scaramouche Jones, which is the story of the clown who worked in Auschwitz. And it was really, it was extraordinary. Yeah, right. And the stage pulsed after his performance.
Forgive my ignorance. So when you say the clown that worked in Auschwitz, do you mean that a person that became a clown after they worked in Auschwitz, or
no, he was.
There was a clown at Auschwitz. I'm trying
No, you are not being a smartass. No. So he.
Because that would be the weirdest.
So
kind
he
of
was
imagery.
actually. So his job was to brush the bodies into the graves.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
And he would watch them, people come and walk towards that, and so he started to try to cheer the children up.
So he dressed like a clown.
Well, he did little clown tricks.
Yeah, right.
To alleviate the terror that these people must be going through.
Wow.
So Scaramouche Jones, it was It was so extraordinary. So a friend of mine, Rajan Thanguvelu, or Rajan Velu as he is known in the industry, we met at drama school. So we went and saw Scaramouche Jones together, and we waited backstage at the stage door for Pete to come out. And he didn't know anyone was waiting. So, and he's Irish as well, so he's a big drinker. So we waited for over an hour for him to come out, and it was him. I asked him, I said, what would you tell somebody at the beginning of their career? And that advice is the advice I would give. It's find the piece of work, whether it's a song that you're writing, or a poem, or a play, or a film. Find the piece that you love and do that. Then when you have finished that piece, find the piece that you love and do that. And then if you just keep committing to your truth, then you will look back on a career that you personally are proud of.
You're just obviously like economically and popularly like accomplished, but you feel soulfully accomplished. Is that what you mean?
I think so, because you have to dedicate everything to it. And that's why I think it's important that you love it, so that you are able to dedicate
the love of the
7 days a week, you know. And also, I was raising my beautiful girl, and you know, the red carpet doesn't get rolled out all the time. And so I tried to make always the work that I was choosing to somehow feed my creativity as well.
Resonate with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So, it doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to make a lot of money. However, you have to want to do what you are doing.
Yeah, do what you love.
Yeah. So when I was in shows, that was my social life, you know. But I loved it. Like, I would much rather be in a play and perform or direct a play than go to a party. That was a party.
There you go.
You
so
know,
you got to do what feeds your soul.
You got to do whatever you need to do that feels right for you.
So we've just hit the halfway mark there. How are you feeling so far?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You haven't reached for the almond milk?
No.
You've touched the bit of your ice cream, but I think that's because it's tasty.
And the gin.
And the gin. Halfway through the gin. All right, so another question, another source. Obviously, this is going to be something like everyone's going to ask and be curious about. How do you balance the demanding career of obviously what you're doing, as well as like being a single mum? Obviously, I mean, it's a bit easy now.
It's a lot easier now.
A bit more of an adult.
She's nearly 21.
21. But obviously, when you're still learning, you're still in the earlier boots of yourself in your career, and obviously the same with your child. Obviously, a younger child. How did you balance that kind of thing? How did you deal with that kind of thing of trying to have a career, and then So we'll try this next. Like, oh, here we go.
We're doing this.
This next sauce from Chili Willy's. This is called the Rectum Wrecker.
I try to stay focused.
That was that one taste. Thank you very much, Chili Willy's, for this one. Really appreciate it. Hot? Yeah. Reaching for the almond milk yet, or? No. Rendered you speechless.
Because I have to brace myself.
Gonna brace it. Gotta center yourself.
And what was the question?
Tongue's tingling.
I adored being Bree's mum, and I think I've been really blessed. So I've had 3 miracles. Like, having Bree was my first miracle. Like, was my greatest, my greatest joy. And then going to drama school, and then just recently I've been accepted in the Masters of Fine Arts in Cultural Leadership at NIDA. So those 3 things, I think, are my
life achievements.
And the things that I can breathe into, and they feel true to me. Oprah said that she discovered what she was meant to do on the planet, and she stayed in her lane. And I think that's what I have been really fortunate, that in just trying to, I mean, I find it really hard to do what I don't want to do.
Okay.
Like, I find that really...
It just gets boring, or you just
get
distracted easily? Or?
Yeah, totally distracted. I just can't be bothered. I could be the laziest person or the most inspired, determined, like the most passionate person. I can be both those things. So I think for my mental health And for my well-being and the well-being of my daughter, I knew that I had to do what brought me life.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's probably my advice to people, because if you adore it, you will be passionate, you will put the hours in, you will do what you need to do to make it friggin' awesome and keep it sawsome.
There you go, guys. You heard it right here. All right.
Oh, that was a ooh.
Bit of a wowzer.
I need a ice cream.
Bit more ice cream. So definitely enjoying that. Yeah, I do like this one actually. This really good salted caramel macadamia nuts from.
It's delicious.
Gelato Mio.
Yeah.
From an almond milk recipe. What amazing. So good. Oh, so good. All right. So the next one I'm going to ask you is we're going to go on another source, another question. Everyone seems to have their own influences and what inspires them. So I wanted to know what artists seem to inspire you, or what influences you creatively to get your creative juices going. Because what I mean is, like I like enjoy creative writing myself.
Yes.
And I have a lot of songs that seem to just get me in that vibe.
Yes.
Or get me into that creative kind of moment. Is there something that you listen to, or you do, or that you watch that you go, right, now I'm in my space, my headspace. This is my creative juices are going. Is there something that does it for you?
I think my life is structured.
Oh, we got to sorry.
In a way that
Eat this one first.
Oh, they're getting hot.
This next one's from Fengelhorn.
Cheers.
Cheers. Supernova Uva Lava.
I have the tiger. It's the queen of the fight. I think. Oh well.
Bit warm. Thank you very much, Fengelhorn. Very good sweet chili. It's a sweet chili sauce with Carolina Reaper in it. How you doing there?
Yeah. Oprah. I love Oprah.
Yep.
I love Oprah. I think
Big O.
Oprah is my lady.
Yeah. And so
I think the way she shares, not necessarily the Oprah Winfrey show, it's really spicy.
Yep. Feel free to go for any one of your lifelines if you want.
It's like I gotta breathe in, like breathing out hurts.
Yeah.
Like
how do you avoid breathing out? You can't.
I think I love listening to the motivational speeches that you can Google. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Motivational talks.
Yeah.
I love them. I listen to them daily.
Yes.
Because my mind is continuously working, so I know that I have to be mindful of what I put into my mind. So if I don't put in positive talks, or I don't look at people that are doing wonderful things, it's not nice. It's not good for me.
That was Tony Robbins did touch on that at a stage. He was saying you got to put positive things into your was it your mind factory? Is the word is, and keep on pushing out into positive thoughts, so you keep on pushing out positive thoughts. So
absolutely.
So just
what you feast on, you will become. And so I just am not interested. I'm highly sensitive. Environments affect me. People affect me. People's their way of being. So I don't hang around with negative people. I don't hang around with people
that tolerate that kind of stuff.
No. I don't. And that's probably I don't.
You think that's what pushes you further as well?
Definitely.
Is keeping that pool of positive people around.
Yes, and I believe that the world's best people, the people that are excelling, genuinely or generally, more often than not, are people that are heart people that are passionate and they're spirit led, whatever that may be, but they are true. And I've noticed that I've been blessed to meet some of the greatest, and they all use eye contact. They're all open, and that's been my experience, and I just want more of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
fair enough.
Yeah. But I think Oprah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Lady Gaga. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to move on to the next one. How's your mouth feeling so far? Yep. You're there. So
this is an experience.
That's what Tony Robbins was an experience as well. One of the things we learned how to walk over hot coals, right? And we got ourselves in this mantra. He gave us this mantra, was cool moss. And you just repeat over and over again in your mind. You think of something cool that you're stepping on cool moss. So If suddenly she just starts breaking out when we get to the last one's going, "Kuma, kuma, kuma, kuma," you know it's fucking hot.
Or I might just go quiet.
Or I might go quiet.
Because I have to just
saying
breathe
it in.
in.
Saying it in head. All right, so this next one is from 13 Angry Scorpions.
Okay, first mouthful of water.
This is called Jekyll and Hyde. Thank you very much. These guys from Brizzy. No worries. All right, my next question to you. All right, what is the perfect and the most disastrous performance or show that you've been to or created, directed, that you've seen gone down? So,
How can I talk negatively about others?
Before you answer, we'll eat this one. Cheers. I love that barbecue shave. It's good barbecue flavour.
The barbecue flavour is actually beautiful, but I can't feel any chili, so I'm worried. Because I think it's going to be... Alright. Okay, if I feel myself in my... Oh, it's got my lips. If I feel myself in my seat, then I know, and I see a lot of theatre.
You feel yourself in your seat, you know?
If I feel that I'm sitting in a seat, I'm not in the story.
Because you're not, yeah.
I want it to be over.
Yeah.
So
you don't feel, involved. You're not, what's the word when you get stuck in a movie, where you get stuck in the story, you're in it,
It's really good.
What's that?
That is a very...
Engrossed, yeah. You're not engrossed in the story.
This chili
because
is
you don't
engrossing. This chili is...
You're in the moment?
Yeah, I am. It's like, it's come into my lips and it's filled my tongue.
How's the back of your throat going?
Yeah, that's okay right now.
Is it getting better?
It's getting there though.
Okay, alright.
No, I'll tell you something, because I won't speak ill of somebody else's performance. The worst audition I ever went for was my agent sent me for a musical theatre piece, but they wanted dancers who could sing. They didn't want singers who could dance. I'm a singer.
Yeah.
I can dance, I can move, but I'm not by no means am I a chorus dancer.
Yeah.
That is like Olympics. That is a whole other level. And I went to an audition, but a girl I went to high school with, she was also there. So we learnt this choreography, and it was like kicks and turns, and there was no way that I could have kept up with that. And we learnt it, then we sent out to practice it, then called back in, and it was fine. We came back in. I was trying. I was caught between, do I just leave or do I stay and try this out? I stayed. I thought, no, you've got to stay and give it a go. I should have left. However, I went back into the rehearsal, the audition, and I put myself up the back, and that was fine. I could sort of like run around the room and sort of run behind the dancers in the front row. But then they switched us, and I had to go in the front, and I literally ran in friggin' circles. It was so awful. It was awful, and that was my worst ever moment.
Yeah.
That was me. It was me. The worst performance was me.
Right, so that was your worst one. What was your most perfect one? What was either you doing it or the one you've seen or been to or whatever?
I think there was a hang on, one that I've done? Or no.
Either,
one,
both.
No, I think,
one
okay,
you've done or
Ruby's Wish. Ruby's Wish
Yeah.
is a piece that I saw at Belvoir Street Theatre.
Okay.
And it was a piece that was written about a little girl who was recovering, or she was being treated for cancer, and it was written by the doctors, the clown doctors, the Captain
really?
Starlights.
Wow.
Yeah, because so a lot of the artists that play those roles are also professional actors.
Doctors.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they wrote a show called Ruby's Wish about a little girl who didn't want to engage with her clown. That show, I left the theatre and I sat in my car and I sobbed. But it was a beautiful...
Because it was just so emotional.
It was so beautiful. Okay. Wow. It was my favourite piece of theatre that it comes to mind. And if that comes out again, I hope it does, Ruby's Wish.
Yeah. There you go.
So I just had a little bit of, not reflux, but there was a burp. And I'm not usually susceptible
to reflux.
So, I don't usually, so that's the chili working. Okay.
I'll let you have that little bit of a break while I ask you this next question. So you were saying before you went to Woodford Folk Festival.
Ice cream is so good.
Big shout out to Gelato Me again. Woodford Folk Festival. Look, do you feel with like festivals and things like that they, with creative people, that they need to counterbalance like negative sensory processes and like an overflow, have it with like an overflow of positive sensory absorption to continue to create things? Like, so you're saying everything's like a lot about balance. So do you feel you've got to push a lot of positive stuff in to keep pushing all the negative stuff out? So when you go to something like that, does that sort of counteract that? Do you feel that having that kind of experience on a regular basis, even if it's annually, sort of counteracts that kind of stuff? So we'll go this next one. Cheers.
Baby.
This is Ruby Reaper from Dr. Paul's Hot Sauce in WA. Cheers, this mate.
Oh, that's got my. That one is straight away.
Bam.
It's a really cute bottle.
Deceptive. How's your mouth doing? Is this the cool moss in your head, or? Yeah, just nodding. Yep, yeah. Again, you can reach for any of your lifelines that you want. If you feel the ice cream's doing you good, go the ice cream.
It's actually really lovely. It's.
How's the brain going? Go another drink. Yep.
Woodford Folk Festival. I can't just breathe in.
Can't just breathe. We gave her a little button there. It's just all Aussie things. She's just hitting it whenever she doesn't know what to say.
Okay. Whew, that's a hot one. That's a hot one.
There you go, Paul.
That's a hot one. Ooh. It's really good. So the Woodford Folk Festival, what I adore about the Woodford Folk Festival, you can walk around that festival by yourself. People will smile at you and say hello. They're kind. They're welcoming.
Yeah, okay.
And people are there to have a lovely time and experience beautiful music, extraordinary art. That's really, Ruby, you have got me. Ruby's Reaper. It's a really cute bottle. Dr. Paul's hot sauce.
It says extra hot. There you go.
It's hot.
Extra hot.
It's the truth.
Goddamn true.
It's the truth.
Thank you very much, Dr. Paul, for that one.
Yeah, it's the truth. So, yes, I see at least one show a week or two shows a week. I feed off...
Just watch your hands, try not to get in your face.
Yeah, my hair. Imagine if I...
We do have these ones here.
Oh my God, it's real hot.
We do have serviettes for you.
Yes, thank you.
Because that would suck.
Yeah, that's good. That would be really... I would not be so happy. Yeah.
I've done that before. I know that feeling.
It's hot. But yeah. Okay, that is hot. But yes, I do love to immerse myself in positive...
Immersed was the word we were looking for at the musical. If you're sitting in your seat, you know you're sitting in your seat.
Exactly
you're not
right.
Immersed.
Exactly
That was
right.
the word you were
I haven't been transported, which is what we go to theatre or movies for. Yeah. We want to be taken away from ourselves, our reality, we want to be expanded, or we want to be entertained, or you don't necessarily, it doesn't have to be.
And so Fair Woodford's very similar to that. It's being immersed in an environment.
With like-minded people.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and people that want to better the planet, interesting people who are creating extraordinary, there's a man-made lake there that's made with a whole biodynamic, biodiversity, there's a whole, ecology or whatever it's called, really intelligent people, smart people, bettering our planet.
There you go. And so do you feel, being a creative, that you need that?
Yes.
To counterbalance all the negativity in life.
Yeah, I do. And I also love traveling, and I love experiencing other cultures, because people living in different ways. It's just, there's something about being taken out of the way that you do everything and being shown another way. It's just
because there's no one way to do life.
Nothing.
Yeah,
we're all one race, the human race.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So I think most definitely I need more ice cream.
How you doing there? Hanging in there?
Thank God for Gelato Mio. You've saved my life.
Thank you, see Gelato for you. Your lifesaver. I'm gonna have a little bit myself actually. Very tasty.
Oh my God. No.
You ready for another question? Ready for another sauce?
Yes, I am. We've got 2 more.
2 to go.
Let's just get this down.
Ice cream mustache. All right.
Do I?
So, right. Next question. No. So she's saying I got an ice cream mustache because I got a mustache.
He does, not me. Yeah, well, I probably have a mustache too if you go close.
Craziest performer, hissy fits, and pre-show rituals.
How? Oh.
So
Craziest
we'll let you.
I can't talk about anybody else.
No. Just not who they were. Just what their hissy fit was, and pre-show rituals. Cheers.
Cheers.
This next one's from Cobra Chili. Thank you very much, Vaughan Henry, from Cobra Chili in the Gold Coast. This is called Fever. It's 1.6 million Scoville. Jazz hands.
Hole in my
This is not jazz hands.
It's a hole
this is jazz hands. Ha ha! Freaking out hands. How's your mouth go?
My nose. I feel like I've got a hole in my tongue. It's burnt a hole in my tongue.
So you don't need a tongue ring, you just got to...
Alright, so some theatres don't have toilets backstage.
Oh, Jesus.
So
really?
don't drink the cups that look like they've got wine in them.
Oh, wow. So what happened? What did you see that happened? Someone, you did that or someone...
I don't think I've ever shat myself.
Like, that's not a chocolate thick shake.
Well, I've probably been close. I used to have to take Imodium before I sang because I would...
Too nervous.
I would have leaky bowel syndrome.
Wow, yeah. No, yeah, everyone has the pre-show jitters, isn't it?
Go to any theatre drama school before the showcase and the bathrooms stink.
Yeah, because everyone's just trying to
relax. Shitting
before.
themselves.
Yeah.
Literally.
Alright, so what's the worst hissy fit you think you've seen? You don't have to name names, just
okay,
what's the worst?
Just recently, we were in a performance that was it was a collaboration with a few bands coming in, and the lead singer is quite famous in his country. However, he's not
in ours.
Really. So he was swanning around the stage like he was
God.
Yeah.
And you're like, who is this motherfucker?
And he corrected our choir conductor and was like shaking his head when he heard our harmonies because we weren't pronouncing the words the way that he felt we should. So he did, I will give our conductor credit, he who will all remain nameless, he graciously received the feedback and then amended what needed to happen. But it was just outrageous. But it was so funny because none of us knew we didn't know who he was. So, you know, had he been in a place where everyone thought highly of him, they might have accepted his prancing. It was so funny. It was really, but it was so gross. It was, and it was really
the
beautiful.
Ridiculousness of someone.
Absolutely, like he's an incredible artist, amazing. But it just highlighted how revolting that is when people act like they are more important
than everyone else,
and they have the right to speak rudely to people. Be kind, just be kind.
All right, and tell us what's the craziest pre-show rituals you've seen?
Oh well, I think peeing in cups. Or pooing in.
I think that's sort of
pooing in buckets.
But that's more of a necessity. You see, if there's no toilets,
I don't know.
Like it's like, well, yeah, okay, I
don't know anyone who has to have sex before they go on stage. I don't know anybody who does that. I mean,
what's the craziest one you've heard of?
Oh, well, I was on set one time and somebody took their girlfriend into the shed that was right next to the food where the food was being served, and that was pretty crazy.
That was their ritual.
I think so. They were trying to make that their ritual.
Fair enough.
God.
All right, so how are we feeling? We're up to the last granddaddy of all these sauces. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, well, It's that time now, guys. You guys might know what's going on, but here comes Craig. What's going on?
What?
Hey. Is that Craig? Get lost, mate. There you go.
Oh, God.
So right now, we're on the last segment of our show. It's called Croc or Not. So
Croc or what?
Croc or Not, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you Aussie facts,
Oh,
right?
no.
And you got to answer whether they're true or false. So we're going to eat the meat. Then I ask you the questions. You got to answer true or false. So what I have to do, I say all the words, and you just got to say true or false.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? So I eat this guy first. So this one, before none of us can talk, this is the Scorpion Strike on steroids from the chili factory. It's rated 2.25 million Scoville, and it's supposed to be the hottest in Australia. So cheers. All right. The Great Barrier Reef is the 4th largest ecosystem in the world. True or false?
True.
False. It's the biggest.
Oh, that's disgusting.
The Great Barrier Reef is 2 million years old. True or false?
False?
Actually, yeah, 20 million. That's right. It's hot out. The Great Barrier Reef can be seen from space. True or false?
True.
True, that's right. Tasmania has the oldest trees. True or false?
Oh, the Wollombi pine, isn't it? True.
Yeah, true. 10,500 years old. The wine cask was invented in Australia. True or false?
True. I want it to be true.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
Flotation device. This is so hot.
All right, last one.
Oh, I just swallowed it.
There are 40 different wine regions in Australia. True or false?
True.
False. It's actually 60.
So false.
Well, congratulations, Kylie. How you feeling, matey? Well done. You've made it through the fire trial. Congratulations. Now you've got 60 seconds to tell us everything that's going on in your life and what you got coming up in your musicals and stuff like that. Give us a big shout out. Big shout out to those ones. That's right, mate. You can do it. We believe in you.
That's so hot.
Big shout out to the Chili Factory. Thank you very much, Marcel and Alex, for the Scorpion Strike on steroids.
I'm a scorpion. It's so hot. It's really hot.
Yeah.
We're going. It's so hot. Well, I'm really excited. As I said before, I'll be studying my Masters of Fine Arts in Cultural Leadership. And that excites me because Midnight Feast was created primarily... I was a performer, it's really hot, who was putting on shows. So to go and study and learn the structure behind proper governance and sustainability, that really excites me. And in March, we'll be going to Parchama, which is a beautiful Indigenous festival of light in the McDonald Ranges. So we'll be travelling to Alice Springs with the whole company of Midnight Feast in preparation for our bigger, it's really hot, in preparation for our international tour to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is the largest theatre festival in the world.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
And we'll be travelling the Bluebird.
Good stuff. All right, congratulations, Kylie. Thank you very much. Also, thanks to Gelato, Mio, and all our other amazing sponsors here at 313 Social. But for now, guys,
swings.
swings. For now, keep calm and be saucy.